Welcome back to Color Me Real. When we last left Prisma, they were deep beneath the black archives with Patch and Nova. They had just discovered the truth. The ultimate song was a lie, a trap set by Hype and Pravda. And as the lights came up, the stage was set. Virtuous appeared, perfect and smiling, the challenge echoing through the dark, always watching.
Every beat you choose is sweet, what luck?
The girls threw back Bad Citizen, loud, raw and furious. But Virtuous was overwhelming. Pravda's flawless puppets countered every move with mechanical precision. While Patch fought to hack the elevator system, Prisma struggled to hold the line. When the elevator finally came alive, they launched Digital Dollhouse, a chaotic escape song drenched in static and glitter. For a moment, freedom was within reach. They piled into the elevator. Then Yeji saw Nova stumble. She reached out and Nova caught her hand. But instead of pulling herself in, Nova held her back. The door slid shut. Through the glass, Yeji's panic, Nova's silenced words, "I'm sorry." Moments later, the lift refused to return to the lower levels. The hack was sealed. Yeji was gone. The others escaped into the night, hearts shattered. The Norebang was no longer safe, so they turned to the only friend left, Daehyun, the songwriter from what felt like another lifetime. He opened his tiny apartment to them. Yuri had vanished, likely back to Hype. They were broken, lost. Yeji awoke in a sterile white chamber. The door slid open and in stepped Aurelian, the leader of Virtuous. He looked exactly like Cairo. He smiled and told her everything she'd done, every song, every escape had been allowed, orchestrated. Unji and Raze stood behind him, blank-eyed and brainwashed. Nova sat at the console, unable to meet Yeji's gaze. Aurelian offered her another chance to join them. Yeji said nothing, but her silence was defiance. Back at Daehyun's, Uncle Park called every remaining rebel cell. Hype's mind control broadcast would go live in less than a day. The rebels would storm Hype Tower from the streets, even if they had little chance of success, while Prisma infiltrated from within. It seemed hopeless, so they sang. 3 rebels in a cramped room, and somewhere far above, Yeji echoed the voices from her cell. Believe in the light.
Picture me there, it will lead us through the fight, even in the longest night.
Jessie, knowing what they were up against, built one last backup plan, an EMP bomb she could trigger if all else failed. If she had to fall to stop Pravda, she would. The next evening, Patch's van roared through Neo Soul. The girls sang Overdrive to steel themselves for the end.
Overdrive, here we fly, neon blaze across the sky. Overdrive, eggs of light.
At Hype Tower, a massive crowd had already gathered. When Uncle Park's signal came, the riot began. The rebels clashed with Hype's troops, drones and riot mechs, but it was only a matter of time until they would be overwhelmed. And in the chaos, Prisma slipped inside through a side door, singing Crazy Dream to scramble the tower's defenses.
미친 꿈이라 해도 괜찮아. They call it crazy, so what? 달려가 끝까지 못 잡아봐.
Yeji was brought to the top floor, a palace of glass and machine. Aurelian placed a control choker around her neck. Behind him stood Virtuous, Savant, Yuri and Nova, still silent at her console. Aurelian showed her the rebellion's live feed, her friends fighting their way up the tower, unaware they were walking into a trap. The girls reached the middle floor, vast, empty and waiting. Then the lights exploded into strobe. The walls pulsed with rhythm. Dozens of Hype enforcers poured in. They fought back with Color Crusade, their moves chaotic and defiant.
This is the Color Crusade, we're the holy wild. Armed with pigment grenades, every outcast child.
When it wasn't enough, they doubled down with Pinky's Law, another solo by Tanya, sharp and reckless.
This is Pinky's Law, served with the cotton-filled fist. Another bad cop that will not be missed. This is Pinky's.
Bruised but standing, they reached the express elevator, the last step to the top. Up above, Aurelian gloated, confident, unstoppable. Then Nova's voice cut through the static. Now Yeji, I disabled the choker. A click. Yeji stood. Her first note shattered the silence. Unbroken voice. A song of defiance, so pure it made the glass tremble. The elevator burst open. Jessie stormed out, leading the charge with Queen's Game. Defiant, royal, the Queen of Rebellion had arrived.
Queen game, bow down. Heavy bass will shake the ground. Untouchable, I take it all. I stand tall, you just fall. Queen game, make it clear. I own the stage, you disappear. Danger, beauty, rule the hall. Snap, spin, strike, shine.
Yeji rose again, and the girls joined her, voices uniting in unbreakable crown. The melody burned bright, unity against perfection.
Unbreakable crown, we wear it loud. Dance above you, we rule this crowd. Every chain we break apart, every beat we own the heart. 부서지지 않는 왕관.
For a moment, they almost turned the tide, but Virtuous answered instantly. No way out, a flawless symphony of control that slammed into the rebels like a wall.
출구는 없어.
There's no way out.
No way out, the walls are near. Every song you sing we hear. No escape, the stage is set. You dance, but we already met.
Virtuous was merciless. One by one, the girls fell. Nova locked down the glass walls, isolating every group. She whispered over comms, I can control the broadcast, but only for a few seconds. I can't stop it. Aurelian laughed. Hype had won, but then Yeji began to sing. We will sing.
Every wound just drags me down. Every voice is swallowed sound. 우리는 노래한다. Left behind.
Yuri joined first.
We're breaking silence, note by note. Every breath becomes the vault. We will sing, even when the night won't fade.
Then Raze, then Unji, even the corrupted began to remember who they were.
Even when the dark is near.
Savant turned the weapons on Virtuous.
Shut the shine down, this ain't your show. Tassy idols got no flow.
The song spread through the tower, across the city. Every voice became part of the harmony. But the broadcast was still seconds from launch, with no way to stop it. Then they realized Jessie was gone. Through the glass floor, they saw her standing in Pravda's core, sad but calm. She smiled, waved once, and pressed a button. A blinding flash, silence. Everything went dark. Neo Soul's lights went out. For a moment, the world held its breath. And then Jessie opened her eyes. She was still there, alive. The EMP hadn't killed anyone, it only silenced the machines. Hype systems were dead, Pravda offline, and for the first time in decades, the world was free. That night, people across Neo Soul sang without fear. No filters, no algorithms, no control. Hype's reign was over. Days later, every news outlet scrambled to explain what had happened.
For decades, Hype curated and controlled every note of popular music. But tonight, history repeated itself. One song brought the people into the streets.
But one rogue broadcast on FM 88.3 had a last message, one last song from Prisma.
You thought Prisma was gone? Nah, we're still here.
Color me real, 진짜나. We will sing forever loud. Ooh, na, na. We break the seal, no chain, no crown. Can mute what's real.
And that was Color Me Real, what started as a wild birthday experiment. Let's run a K-pop themed one-shot, somehow turned into one of the most creative, emotional and flat-out fun campaigns I've ever led. We laughed, we sang, we rapped, we danced our way through danger, heartbreak and holograms, and somehow built a story about rebellion, identity and the power of music to change the world. Outgunned became outsung, dice rolls became dance breaks, and our playlist became our storyboard. Every song cut flipped, every lyric written, every improvised verse, it all shaped Prisma's journey from idols to icons. And honestly, we had an absolute blast. This format, mixing storytelling, system, and original music, became something magical. And while Prisma's story might be over for now, this world isn't. Somewhere out there, someone will pick up a mic again. Maybe not Prisma, but the successors. A new group, a new rebellion, a new chorus to color me real. Of course, not every song made it to the stage. Some were written, rehearsed, and never performed. Moments that might have changed the story if the dice had fallen differently. But they still exist, hidden tracks, whispered from the sessions. I'll be sharing them soon, the lost songs of Prisma, because even unplayed melodies deserve to be heard. And speaking of songs, I have one last surprise for my players. Something special, a secret track just for them. One last melody to color me real.
After burn, it starts so slow. Ashes glow, we start to grow. You thought the fire died last night. Look again, it's